this episode, I sit down with Bang Bang from New York City. We've all heard the name, we're familiar with his shop, but in this episode, I really feel like Bang brings us into a more personal perspective of his life, his career, and his thoughts on this industry. Bang has been a driving force in the modern era of tattooing. He's shifted the culture, he's created new norms, and he's definitely helped tattooing get a seat at the table of high fashion, highly respectable art, and pop culture. There is no denying that he has pushed the ceiling for what tattooing can be. It was an absolute pleasure getting to sit down with him, and I'm so glad we finally got to make this happen. My name is Jake Berry, and this is The Fine Line. First of all, do people call you Bang Bang or Keith?
I'm both. Well, most people call me Bang.
Most people call you Bang.
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Yeah.
So I'll call you Bang. Bang, thank you for doing this with me.
You're so welcome, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, we go way back.
Yeah, do you remember meeting in California?
I do.
All right.
Yeah.
That was a hilarious night.
I remember
Just a little side
telling you.
note.
I remember telling you to stop calling yourself Janky.
That's right.
You didn't listen.
I rolled with it.
You're like, I'm doubling down.
I'm doubling down. All right. Well, let's jump into the tattoo world.
Okay.
You started tattooing at what age?
18.
18.
Yeah. I was in 12th grade.
What was like drawing you to the tattoo world?
I really wanted tattoos and couldn't afford them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you just, I'm gonna do them.
I had the internet.
Yeah.
So this was a long time ago. So the internet was still relatively new, but
Yeah.
I had the internet, and I was like, how do you get tattoo equipment?
Yeah.
And similarly to today, some 18-year-old kid could just buy it. And actually, I got it, ordered it. It was cash on delivery, which doesn't exist anymore.
Wow.
COD. Like, I haven't heard that term in many years.
Yeah.
But you used to be able to order shit online and pay COD. Literally, cash on delivery to the delivery driver.
That's wild.
And that's how it showed up in my mom's house. And I had coincidentally skipped school that day because I knew the delivery was coming. Went right into my kitchen and just started zapping myself.
No way.
Immediately, yeah.
On your legs?
On my legs, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I did kanjis with the English underneath.
Wow.
How hilarious. I still have them.
Really?
Oh, they're the worst tattoos ever. Yeah, they're horrible.
That's crazy.
They're horrible.
So you just wanted tattoos.
I wanted
Why?
tattoos,
Like,
and I couldn't really afford them.
What was like? What did you like? Look up to people who had tattoos? Like, what was the thing for you that was so interesting about them?
Yeah, I think so. I think athletes had tattoos, so there was like a fashion influence for me.
Yeah.
It's like Allen Iverson, Yeah. It's like, I'm from like Philly kid.
Yeah.
So like Allen Iverson had tattoos. Like I wanted tattoos. Or like, basketball players. Like I really admired basketball players.
Mm-hmm.
And then like those ones that had like fashion forward influence. Like,
Yeah.
And then my cousin had tattoos and I just thought they were cool and badass. I wanted to be a little tough, badass teenage kid, whatever. I was like, I will say I got my first tattoo when I was 14.
Okay.
With my parents' permission. They were like, if you want a tattoo, you have to get on a roll, which was essentially them saying no to me because I did so bad in school.
Okay.
So, to their surprise, I got on a roll immediately and I got a tattoo. So, yeah.
When you set your mind to something.
I wanted tattoos, dude.
All right. I love it. And then so you moved to New York at the age of 19. That's what you were saying to me?
Yeah. So I started tattooing at 18. I moved to New York at 19, probably 10 months after I started to tattoo.
And when you started that, did you have any idea or ambition to turn it into what it is now? Or was that just something that kind of started like, okay, I guess we're here and now we're here and now we're here?
I think I had a fantasy of like being great at my job, right? So like I remember being 18, getting these tattoos on my neck, which is where my name comes from.
Yeah.
So actually I got the tattoos and then people started calling me Bang Bang. It was like, I'm going to get these tattoos, so I have no choice but to become a great tattoo artist.
Yeah.
So I had met a great tattoo artist very young. His name's Shane O'Neill. He's still a great tattoo artist. You know who Shane is?
Shane O'Neill. I think so.
Shane, there's some kids out there that aren't going to know Shane's name. Shane is as influential in what tattooing is today as anyone, period. So Shane really, to me, pioneered a realism that was impossible at the time. So in 2002, I started to get tattooed by Shane. I was like working at Red Lobster as busboy.
Okay.
Shane was the best guy around, and he tattooed my back. And Shane's the reason I wanted to become a tattoo artist, because Shane could make tattoos that were impossible.
Wow.
I never saw tattoos that looked the way Shane's tattoos looked, especially 25 years ago. Yeah, that inspired me. It's like, oh, I want to be a great tattoo artist.
Yeah.
And so I made some decisions really early on in my career that were very smart, and I think I lucked into them.
Like what?
Like embracing the name Bang Bang.
Okay.
Realizing like how Googleable something is
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah.
And again, like internet was young,
Yeah.
but knowing that people need to be able to find you. I had a teacher, another guy I looked up to, I met when I was 19. His name is Needles. I would challenge anyone to try to find him now, today. And I knew this as a kid, that like, oh, this is a mistake. And he hated his real name. He would never let anybody call him his real name. I'm going to call him his real name because I don't give a fuck. Jason Lawson, right? It's hard to remember Jason Lawson. It's easy to remember Needles,
Yeah.
but hard to find. It's like if you fix Xerox machines, it's like your name being paper. You're never going to find the guy.
Right.
So like, you could spend 2 hours. You will not find Needles online. Needles worked for Paul Booth. He was one of maybe 8 people to ever work at Last Rites. That was tip top at that point.
Yeah.
Last Rites and Paul Booth were the most famous tattoo studio in the world. So Needles was the guy who was one of the most prominent, famous tattoo artists in the world for a period of time. And you still can't find him. So like name mattered.
Yeah.
Right? And so Bang Bang and tattoo, I'm easy to find.
Yeah.
You know? Remember people asking me like, I used to have this business card that had no info on it except the screenshot of a Google page, like the search bar, and it just said Bang Bang Tattoo. So there's a little bit of like a fuck you. Like there's no info other than Google me.
Yeah.
Like you'll find me.
I think that's something that maybe people kind of skip through when they're trying to start out and figure out like, how do I get people to like, you know, how do I stand out, especially now in a market that's maybe a little, well, more saturated than it ever has been. It's like not just being good at your craft, but like finding a way to package that up and sell it, you know, and be something that's like that people can remember and like you said, find easily.
Can you remember the name?
Right.
That matters.
Yeah.
Like Keith McCurdy is not as easy to remember as Bang Bang.
Right.
So, yeah, that part matters. But also, like, I chose a name that wasn't a name on purpose because I wanted to create a brand. Realized that all the most famous tattoo artists in the world at that time when I started were people.
Yeah.
It was Paul Booth and Tom Renshaw and Bob Terrell and Shane O'Neill and Robert Hernandez and, you know, maybe like Philip Liu. There's going to be people watching that have never heard any of those names that make tattoos that are great tattoo artists.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that speaks to you're only as good as your last tattoo and you have your time and your run, you know? It's kind of like tattoo artists are kind of like athletes. We have this window of opportunity to make great tattoos, and then our bodies can't do it anymore at the same level.
That's scary, and I feel like that's something that, like, how do you find a way as a tattoo artist to be past that, to get past that, to last longer than that window that we have, where, like you're saying, like our bodies are going to give out eventually, and even if we can keep tattooing, is that something we want to be doing when we're like 62? You know?
No.
So how do tattoo artists like not see a dead end here and get like panicked? Like, well, what am I going to do? Like, how do I secure my future?
Save your money, kids.
Save
you know
your
what I mean?
money, yeah.
Save your money, kids. I don't think it's real valuable to labor on what am I going to do, because you don't even know who you're going to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I would recommend like think in terms of 10 years. Like where am I going to be in 10? Like stay there, and then deduct that down. Where am I going to be in 5? Where am I going to be next year? Where am I going to be next month? You start thinking like, shit, where am I going to be when I'm 60? Like, I don't know. I have no idea where I'm going to be when I'm 60. I don't know what I'm going to like, what I'm going to do. I don't know the person I'm going to become.
Yeah.
I might just like give it all up and move to Japan.
Yeah.
You know, there's something that calls me to just do like volunteer work and just help people. You start to realize like you make more money, make more money, make more money. You go like, well, shit, this doesn't make more happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what about what's this human condition, this sickness of like more?
Yeah.
Bezos and Musk are trying to make money today.
Yeah.
Why?
Right.
It's like a human condition. It's sick. So like you start to realize that if you make more and more money, you're just like, man, what actually makes me happy? You know,
That's interesting.
relationships, people, helping people. What do you do for somebody who can't do anything for you?
If someone were to give you all the money in the world or whatever, what is it that actually you would want to do with it? Like what, you know, you'd buy all the nice stuff, but for me, like, you know, I've thought about this. My answer is like, I would just go do the things that actually I could do right now. Like the money wouldn't allow me to do it. It's like, it's already achievable. And that's pretty wild, like, to think about that, you know?
Now, it's a really good point.
Yeah.
Like what's stopping you?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like, you know, I think about, like, you know, for me, like, things that really make me happy are very simple. Like, I want to be in nature. I want to go, like, put my feet in a river. I want to spend time with my daughter and my wife and my stepdaughter. I want to, like, you know, go travel. Like, I can even get in the car and go up to Yosemite, you know, and, like, that to me makes me happy. And I understand there's a bit of money involved in that, but not life-changing money, you know, like, and you could do it for, like, the bare minimum. You can, you know, if we really wanted to, we could go up there and figure it out. So, like, those are the things that I'm like, even if I was, like, a billionaire tomorrow, I would still do that. And it doesn't cost me anything. So that's pretty, so to your point, I know what you're saying and I feel that.
There'll be a time in everyone's life where you have more money than you ever thought you'd have. And you'll realize like, man, I miss the days when $20 was a good night.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, you know, like the amount of money that it takes to like change my day is like, it's like, yeah, it's a little empty.
Yeah.
You know, and then like I have friends that are, you know, like incomprehensible, you know, wealthy. And yeah, it's just like shit comes with more stress. Like more money, more problems is real. Like it's real.
Yeah.
So
if we were to go back a little bit and you're starting in New York and you're figuring out how to build this career, is there anything you could think of that you would tell yourself, you would tell your younger self, to either do or not do, avoid or maybe do differently, that someone who's maybe in that position right now, starting their career, trying to figure out where to go next, what are some of the mistakes that they can avoid that you wish you maybe knew back then?
I mean, I feel like I've done a decent job at this, but if I could double down on not giving a fuck what other people think, like that matters, you know? No matter what you do, someone's going to have beef with it, you know? It's like I could walk on water. There's going to be a group of traditional tattooers out there that go, that's because you can't swim. You know what I'm saying? So like it doesn't matter. At the same time, there's a bigger group of people that like I've inspired them to become tattoo artists, or clientele that I've inspired them to get tattoos or feel more comfortable or safe being tattooed. And so like, you know, like no matter who the president is, half the country hates him. So just like, don't care. If it doesn't serve you, like don't care. Don't think about it. I've worked for people and worked so hard for people that have later like hated my guts because I don't work for them no more. I don't make them money anymore, so therefore I'm bad. It's like, really?
What you were doing must have come with a lot of opinions.
It still comes with a lot of opinions. Yeah.
So you had to block all that out.
I mean,
That wasn't hard for you?
I don't even know about blocking it out. It's more like, your opinion doesn't make me money. or
Yeah.
feed my kids.
Yeah.
It's like what? And also like how? Unless you're doing something better than me, what do I have to learn from you other than what not to do? So like, like sorry, but I saw a comment the other day that was just like, I succeeded because I sold my soul to the devil. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? How did I do that? I was like, I went to their page and I was like, I can't even tell what city you're in.
Yeah.
It doesn't even say where you are. It's like maybe I succeeded because I made better decisions.
Yeah.
Starting with people knowing what city I'm in.
Yeah.
Bang NYC is my
Yeah.
Instagram. It's like this is a common thing. If
Yeah.
I'll find artists out there in the world. If I can't tell where they are, I'm like, that's like, duh, bro.
Yeah.
Like step one.
Yeah.
And then I think people make they make a mistake of spending time watching and talking about what other people are doing. It's like there's so many opinions and so few creators. So, I think I learned when I was young what Susie says about Sally says more about Susie than Sally.
Yeah.
So like if someone's spending their time talking about me and what I'm doing wrong and they're pointing the finger, they just have to keep pointing up because I'm working. And then all of a sudden they're like, fuck, man. It's like, I can't even hear you from down there.
I like that.
It's true.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, one of my favorite quotes is, while you were talking, I was working. Like proof's in the pudding.
Yeah.
Next year, you're going to see who was working hard this year.
Yeah.
And I spent 20 years, like, outworking everyone. I know you can't see this, but behind you, I know the cameras can't see this, but behind you, it says outwork everyone. So, like, I'm no more talented than anybody. You're a better tattooer than me. I see your shit. Straight
Appreciate
up.
it.
There's shit you do, I can't do that. I don't even want to. I am no more talented of a tattoo artist than anyone.
Yeah.
Like, not even close. I'm like, jack of all trades. I'm a B at everything.
Sure.
I'm not A+ at any one thing at all, except maybe decision making.
I mean, you said this to me before we even started filming, was like, if there's anything I feel like I have to offer, it's like how to turn tattooing into a business and like, creating a brand that is, I feel like, is more than just tattooing. It's culture. It's like you're creating a brand that belongs in like culture and, and I feel like that's what maybe people are drawn to, like when you think about Bang, it's like, it's not just another tattoo shop, it's like there's something there. And I don't even know what that is or how to define that, but how to create that is, I think it's like that's the thing I want to focus on and learn, you know what I mean? Because like you said, you can go learn how to tattoo from so many people and like there's so much talent out there right now. But I think like being able to become a business and think like a business and think like, outside of tattooing, that's, I think, where a lot of people are struggling or maybe like don't even know how or don't even know that they should be thinking like that, And it's sad because, I was like that, like when I was starting to tattoo, I didn't think like a business at all. I was in music and I wanted to be like a rock star. And the rock star mentality was like, you don't give a shit, It wasn't like, what's my next move? It's like, I'm going to make good shit. I'm going to make good art and it'll speak for itself and it'll grow organically. And like, I'm going to like be, mysterious and smoke cigarettes and like drink wine,
Okay.
And that's like that was my approach in my art, and I felt like I believed that like, if I keep making good stuff, that's going to be enough. And then I had like people come into my life that spoke maybe some harsh truth that was like, what are you talking about? Like, why do you think that you're going to get anywhere or grow if you're not actually trying to grow and learn and like think, like sell yourself? And I was so allergic to like selling myself or making it seem like I was putting in any effort to selling myself or getting someone's attention.
This is what other people think. This is you making decisions of like, being scared to be seen. What are
Right.
other people going to think if I put this effort into this category?
100%.
Yeah.
I was totally thinking. I was like, that's all I was thinking about. It's like, oh, they're gonna know I'm trying. They're gonna know I'm like trying to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's like, how stupid is that? You know, like
Yeah.
this is a business, and you have to like treat it as such, or
Yeah.
or else you're just gonna stay where you're at, which is also fine too if that's what you want. You know, but if you
Yeah.
want to grow and get better, I feel like there's so much to be said about like the business side that goes, you know, unnoticed or not even thought about.
You're going to have a relationship with business whether you like it or not. So you're going to have a good one or you're going to have a bad one. You're going to have a avoidant one or you're going to have a connected one.
Yeah.
You're going to have an active one or an inactive one. But you're going to have a relationship with business. And you are going to have a relationship with money, whether you like it or not. So it's really like deciding which one do you want. And yeah, that to that previous point is like, what does everybody else think? That's why the tattoo artist and tattoo community and that culture of like, I'm going to go to this convention and artists are going to see my work and I'm going to get this reward and other artists are going to respect what I do and my style and I'm going to, brother, I don't have that shit in me. I don't give a fuck what another tattoo artist thinks about what I do. I don't even know what I do. Like, what's my style?
Yeah.
I don't have one because I don't have an interest in making something for me. I have an
Yeah.
interest in making something for my client.
Yeah.
So like the tattoos I do, like please go look at my portfolio. There are a huge wide range of styles and techniques. That's because I've just tried to get good at each thing that people wanted from me. You know, and so like to do my best, but it's never been for me. There's no vulnerability in making tattoos on people. For me, the vulnerability is theirs. So the meaning is theirs. Like, can I do a good job for them? Like, I love to give people shit. So yeah, it's not. There's no ego in the tattoos I make. Like, but that mattered. That's how I tattooed Rihanna. She wanted some text on her hip. She's just some girl who wanted text on her hip. She's like, can I do it well? Yeah, cool. That girl turns into Rihanna.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if I were above that,
Right.
like I wouldn't have done that text tattoo. So like I've just never been above doing something that I could do well. I'm still like that. I'll still do a word on you.
Do you still tattoo?
Here and there.
Yeah.
If I can do a good job and have time. The tough part is when I tattoo, I don't do anything else.
Yeah.
So nothing else gets my attention.
Yeah.
And a lot of things need my attention. So it's really like, and it's not, I'd make more money if I just tattooed, I'll tell you that. But like everyone who works in my studio, if I'm tattooing, they get none of my attention. The business gets none of my attention. Nobody gets any of my effort except just this one person who's getting a tattoo. And so I feel like a responsibility to those guys not to tattoo. It's also like, you know, it's like my name's on the door. If somebody has the option to get tattooed by me, oftentimes they would pick it. You know? It's like I want my guys to be busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking the other day about the younger generation. Some of these younger generations, I feel like kids now are showing less interest in the things that maybe like we thought were cool when we were younger. Like, for example, drinking alcohol is like way down in the younger generations.
Yeah.
Drugs and alcohol are way down. I feel like going out, the idea of like going out is down. Like things that were like rebellious at one point for us as kids are like becoming less rebellious. Maybe they're more accepted by parents nowadays because like they went through that. But I think like tattoo culture, I'm wondering, are we going to see a shift in that where like when we were young, it was like somewhat taboo. You had to kind of go against grain. I feel like maybe that was part of the appeal, was like the rebellious part of it. And if that's not there, do you feel like that's not going to...
Well, the evidence shows that each generation has gotten more and more tattooed. So I guess the question is, will we see a generation that's less tattooed than the previous?
Right.
It may happen, but it will be quickly corrected when tattoos do more than look pretty.
Okay. Well, tell me, what do you mean by that? Like, what can a tattoo do?
I think, yeah, anything you can imagine a tattoo could do, it will do someday.
Give me an example.
Okay. So, Magic Ink. You heard of Magic Ink?
Yeah.
Some scientists in a lab in Colorado wanted to see if you could turn their tattoo on and off.
Mm-hmm.
And furthermore, could you change the picture inside your skin? So they dreamed that, accomplished that. I was one of the first people to help and play with that product, but that was impossible previously. So what else would you want your tattoo to do? Maybe instead of changing images, maybe your tattoo could give you feedback on the chemical or biological changes happening in your body. So maybe it could tell you if your blood sugar is high or low.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it could tell you if you're in ketosis. Maybe it could tell you if you're having a heart attack. Maybe tattoos will give you passive biomarkers so you know what's going on inside your body. Maybe it's not a maybe. Maybe it's inevitable. And when that's inevitable, everyone will be tattooed. When you have a heart attack, it's like 350,000 people in the United States alone a year have a heart attack. Most of them don't know they're having one. They don't feel good. They lay down, they go to sleep, and they don't wake up. There's a chemical released by your heart and your bone marrow called troponin. Maybe there's a responsive pigment, a dye that can be detected inside the interstitial fluid inside your skin. Maybe that dye changes when it experiences that chemical. And if that were the case, then every man over 40 will have a tattoo, and it'll save people's lives. So I would say it's inevitable that tattoos will progress and that everyone will have tattoos.
It'll change, but it'll continue to be in demand.
It'll do more. I've seen a tattoo ink that prevents skin cancer.
Really?
Yeah, it's invisible. It's invisible melanin. I've watched it work.
What do you do? How you put it on a mole or something?
It's essentially like particles you want to get into your skin, right? So it's anti-aging and cancer preventing. It's just like putting sunscreen inside skin instead of on top of skin.
That's
It
crazy.
lasts forever.
Wow.
So there's evidence now that tattoos prevent skin cancer, and that makes sense. If I have a blacked out arm, like that black ink is going to absorb, block, and prevent UV from scattering around inside my skin and giving me skin cancer.
Yeah.
So like, could that UV blocker and absorber be invisible and live inside skin? The answer is yes. So those patents exist. Those products are in development. So, like, it'll happen. It's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think like anything, the future, what could be, is like so hard to imagine until it's actually happening. If you think of the internet, you think about like, I don't know, anything like that, crypto, social media. It's like, if you were to explain that to someone 25 years ago, they'd be like, what are you talking about? But so I know what you mean. It sounds like a very abstract idea right now, but who knows what tattooing could turn into.
It's that great Arthur C. Clarke quote. I hope I get it right. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indiscernible from magic.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And tattooing is kind of magic.
Sure is. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna read some questions from some folks that want to hear from you. Other than the obvious, what are some advantages to raising your prices?
Yeah, other than the obvious. I think that people value things that they pay more for. So maybe that's not as obvious. Where people will be happier with the end result if they've paid more. It's a higher value put to it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like some fancy bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, it's so good. It's fucking rotten grapes.
Uh-huh.
The same as the other rotten grapes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, oh, maybe there's a rarity. Maybe there's a scarcity, so it's better.
Yeah.
Is it better? The alcohol content is equal.
Do you feel like is that true for tattooing?
I think that people will value things higher that they pay more money for.
Yeah.
You know? It's like a car. It's like they're all going to drive from A to B.
Mm-hmm.
So which one's more valuable? Like Honda Civic, Lamborghini. You know the answer immediately. But I bet a Honda's going to make it to 250,000 miles and a Lambo's not.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So like and it's less practical, and you can't fit anything in it, you know, and it chugs gas, and. But since it costs more, maybe it looks cooler or something.
So what's to stop someone from just saying, all right, my tattoos, I've been tattooing for, I don't know, 2 months, just figuring it out. I think I'm okay. My tattoos cost $5,000. Is it like at what point do you figure out when to raise your prices then?
I mean, things are worth what people are willing to pay for.
Yeah.
And there's this delusion that you need to be booked for 6 months or a year. If I see somebody that's books are closed, I'm like, thunk.
Yeah.
Duh. Raise your price. Why would you want to be booked for a year?
Mm-hmm.
That's a sentence. That's handcuffs. All you need to be booked is tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I think that's silly to me. We actually won't book more than 60 days out because it's terrible. What if I get sick? You know, now I got a backlog. I got to catch up. No way. I'm not booking more than 60 days out ever. Some guys don't even do more than 30. So look, if you just started tattooing, you're not great at it. You want to charge $5,000 for a tattoo? If you can look in the mirror and go to sleep at night, or take that person's money thing and you've given them the value, good on you. What am I going to say? You know, I think the argument that I deal with often is like, people are like, oh, you charge way too much. My counter to that is like, maybe you charge way too little. I don't get to set your prices. But if I did, I would probably value you and your work higher than you do.
Yeah.
So the argument is not like you think I'm worth less than I think I am. It's actually, I think you're worth more than you think you are. There's one tattoo artist in the United States per 9,000 people. So if we fill Madison Square Garden with people, 2 of them are going to be tattoo artists. So tattoo artists are pretty valuable. Because of those 9,000 people in Madison Square, of those 20,000 people in Madison Square Garden, 48% are going to have tattoos. So 2 tattoo artists to essentially, 10,000 people.
Yeah.
So tattoo artists are pretty valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how many tattoo artists are great? How many are in that 1% of how good they are at their craft? So they're real valuable. And so if you've managed to be one of those, and you are, so now how many people are there in relation to you? 100,000? 200, 500,000 people? 500,000 clients? So like, if you can be great, or you can do something no one else can do, put your fingerprint on tattooing in a way that people resonate with, connect, and want, then you deserve to be compensated. Yeah.
I think that's a really refreshing way to put it, because I think it's really easy to get caught up in like, oh my God, there's so many tattoo artists now. There's so many people doing what I do now. And when I speak to tattoo artists, that's what I hear a lot is like, it's oversaturated.
They've been saying this since the 70s.
Yeah. You're right. It's probably just going to keep doing that, and people are going to keep saying that. But there is still such a huge demand for tattooing. People are getting tattooed right now, like every day, all day long, all over the world. How do you stand out, though? Like, how do you get yourself to be the artist, other than obviously just being good at your craft? Like you said, how do you be the artist that people are like, I choose that artist?
I would highly recommend doing things you haven't seen done. Like, everything that I've done that people connect with or resonate with was something I hadn't seen tattooed.
Yeah.
So, like, try things. Like, if you're doing traditional Americana tattoos perfectly and that feeds your soul, great. But I'm going to tell you, you're just doing what people have been doing for the last 100 years in America.
Yeah.
So, like, you're not going to blow anyone's mind, especially on the age of the internet, where you've got a moment. Someone's swiping through. You've got a moment of to imprint your style and influence on somebody. If they've seen it before, gone. There's like the pink elephant theory, right? You make internet videos. Pink elephant's like a Mr. Beast idea. It's essentially like, if you make a video or you make a piece of content it needs to be a pink elephant because no one's ever seen a pink elephant. So if you saw an elephant, you'd go, okay, yeah, I've seen an elephant. I know what that looks like. If you saw a pink elephant, the world would gather. So you have to make things a pink elephant.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So like this happened throughout my career with, you know, silly little text tattoos I did on Rihanna. They're in spots of the body that no one ever saw. It doesn't seem like much, but you put like text across somebody's collarbone. Now I challenge you to walk around any street, anywhere on the planet. You will see that influence of that decision we made to find a unique spot. Same thing with like Roman numerals on a collar or like Kara's little thing. You know, I got this years ago, 18 years ago. Don't tell me micro tattoos don't last. I got this 18 years ago. This is why we did the lion. She wanted the word lion. So like, let's do it like jewelry. And no one had seen that before, right? It's not that the tattoo's incredible or great or anything. It's just the idea was unique.
Yeah.
So like, have unique ideas, try unique things. That's what stops me in my tracks when I see a tattoo artist that I'm impressed with. I'm like, whoa, I've never seen that before. It doesn't even need to be the ink to skin application needs to blow my mind. The decision making blows my mind. You know?
Yeah.
It's like you don't really need to be a great technician to like make something visually cool. It's like, you know how many people's line work sucks? But they may have like hundreds of thousands of followers. I've seen them. I hired some of these guys.
Yeah.
And it was like laughable. Like, man, your lines suck, dude.
Did you say that to him?
Fuck yeah. You kidding me? Because I can actually tattoo. But these guys, like what they lack, they make up in decision making or design, right? So being a great tattoo designer is more important than being a great tattoo applicator.
Yeah.
The client doesn't know what a consistent 10-inch long line in a single pass looks like. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, will it impress you and me? Sure. But no one else knows what that is.
Yeah.
No one else knows that skill.
Yeah. Let's move on to another question. So I'm getting a mix here.
Hit me. I ain't scared.
I mean, there's some questions of...
Dude, let's do the juicy ones.
There's some questions of the robot. Do we
For
talk?
sure.
Do we talk about the robot?
We can talk about the robot.
There's some questions. Here's a question, and we can choose to edit this out.
Nah, we're not doing that.
All right. This person says, ask him why he takes 70% cut from new artists.
I don't take 70% from anybody. There's no artist.
So
that
that's.
ta-
Do you
yeah.
think people just come up with these things and it gets passed around?
Yeah, I think once upon a time I hired somebody who wasn't there.
Once upon a time you hired someone. What do you mean?
Who wasn't good enough to
Oh,
work for
I
me.
see what you mean,
And
yeah.
we needed to teach them.
Sure.
There was one artist, one time that we hired at that rate. And then within 10 months, they got to 50-50, which is essentially almost what everybody makes. Some make a little more. I don't think at this point now anyone makes less than 50-50. We used to be a little different, but we had to invest. It's like my store cost $2.8 million to build.
Yeah.
Like, where do you think that shit comes from? Like, I was born rich. We had to make money to invest money.
Yeah.
So, no, we don't hire. Every single person I've hired in the last, I'd say, 7 years has been hired at 50. And then people who do more or command more get paid more.
I think that makes that concept of like every artist has a different arrangement makes sense to me. That's like, to me, that's like just normal business. You know, it would be strange to walk into a place and everyone gets paid the exact same, right? In any industry, in any business, it's like, are you good at your job? Do people like, are companies headhunting you? You know, how valuable are you to this business? And I feel like that should set. I mean, to me, that makes sense. But I've been in shops where it's like, nope, it's the same for everyone.
Yeah, that sounds safe. I get that. I could make an argument for that, but that's not the way life works.
No, because I mean, someone else will see the value in that person and be like, come here, you know?
I look at artists like athletes. It's like people are more valuable.
Right. Not all
Period.
athletes get paid the same.
None.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, is what it is. And anybody that's got beef with what they're paid, like that works for me, can go work somewhere else. Like, we ain't begging people to work here. Nah. It's like, and if somebody doesn't want to work with me, they shouldn't.
Fair point.
It's a two-way street. You know, you want to
Yeah.
hire someone, they want to work for you. So, you know, I would pass the question back and go, why do you think we hire people at 30%? We don't do that.
Yeah.
The fuck?
So, all right, let's talk about the robot.
All right.
So, what is it? Like, do you have it at the shop?
Oh, yeah.
You
Come
can go
see
get
it this week if you want. We'll
you
probably
can-
get you tattooed by it if you want.
Really?
Yeah, it's sick.
That's
It's pretty
crazy.
fucking sick.
What can it do? Can it do? It can
Micro
do
shit.
like
Text real well. Little portraits real well.
Really?
Little realism. Yeah. At a scale and detail that we can't do. Like a precision that we can't do. It's
Really?
like down to the micron.
and that's just
Yeah.
going to keep advancing.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what I thought about AI replacing tattoo artists. I didn't think it was going to happen because I didn't think that, and I changed my mind about this, but I didn't think that someone was going to invest enough money that it would take to create a robot powered by AI to do tattoos because it would cost too much money for what it's worth. There wouldn't be enough people getting tattooed. And then I quickly changed my mind because tattooing is a billion-dollar industry. You know, I mean, it's like growing as well. And there's got to be someone who comes in and does it.
It'll make tattooing more valuable. I
You
think
think
people
so?
think it'll make it less valuable. Yeah. Okay. So let's rewind back 100 years and talk about like woodworking. Like woodworking was common. Like there were a lot of woodworkers. It wasn't very valuable, right?
I
So
see
in
where you're going
comes
with
in
this.
comes IKEA and Walmart, and like if you've got a problem with mass production and mass industry, like look around your house. You've got something from IKEA, and you didn't buy everything from a woodworker.
Yeah.
So get off your high horse. You've bought everything in your life is mass produced. But what has happened with that is now artisans who create woodworks that are great, like this table was not cheap. You know, it's much more valuable today because of the scarcity of the skilled craftsmen who can make it. And so it being made by hand makes it more valuable.
Do you think it'll flush? Do you think it'll flush out? It'll maybe like weed out some of the other people that aren't gonna be able to compete with that?
Oh, don't you hope so? you walked around New York City. There's people tattooing in like smoke shops,
Yeah.
head shops. My first job was inside a sex shop tattooing. There's people tattooing who got no business tattooing,
Yeah.
and I have no problem with them getting their ass kicked by a robot. But that robot doesn't threaten me
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
Not even close.
I think that's an interesting point. I haven't thought about it that way.
Let's think about it another way.
Okay.
We talked about traditional tattoos. Over the past 100 years, people have essentially copied Sailor Jerry's tattoos. Let's use him as an example. It's flashed on the wall. Today, in America alone, let's take a guess. You think maybe 100 people are going to get a Sailor Jerry tattoo?
Today?
Yeah, today in America.
Sure.
33,000 tattoo
Yeah.
businesses. You think 100 people will get a Sailor
Yeah.
Jerry tat?
That's fair.
Okay, cool. So 100 years later, people are copying Sailor Jerry's shit. Now, that guy, that artist, that person who put their thumbprint on tattooing, with so much impact that 100 years later, 100 people a day are going to get his tattoos, where there's no monetary return to him, his estate, his family, it's just the tattoos he made. He got paid for, and that was it. His impact wasn't rewarded in any way.
That's wild.
So now let's fast forward 100 years from now.
Yeah.
There's robots making tattoos. Maybe they're making my designs or your designs.
Yeah.
Maybe our grandkids, great-grandkids, our estate is making profit off of the huge impact of the fingerprints we put on tattooing. Like, that sounds pretty good. When we started talking earlier about, like, how do artists go beyond when they're 60? Maybe that's it. Maybe if you were so impactful in tattooing that the world borrows and steals your shit, like maybe there's a monetary return in that way.
How? You'd have to somehow.
You would license your art to the robot. Robots would make your tattoo, print them on skin.
Yeah.
I think the robot will have a time and a period and a place, but tattoos will change to, you're gonna be programming the genetics of your melanin. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
If you can imagine it, it will come.
And
So
there's certainly that would be done by a robot.
I can't fathom it.
Yeah.
I'm not smart enough. It's above my pay grade.
Yeah.
But it'll happen.
Yeah.
I think it'll blast a picture onto your skin.
That's crazy.
You know?
I mean, yeah, like my thought is I think it's inevitable that the robot will get better than the best tattoo artist in the world. I think it'll be able to create, I mean, I don't see how it doesn't progress to that, where it's like perfect replica of an image put onto your arm.
Yeah. Okay.
And when I think about that, that's when I feel like maybe the craftsmanship, the like you said, this table is handmade. Is that going to be more valuable than something that can do it better? I don't know. When I think about art,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what tattooing is. So let's like think about in that way. When I think about art, I guess art isn't valued by how technically good it is. Sometimes it is.
Sure.
Sometimes it's just valued by the person doing it. And like, why is that?
Yeah. Why do people like Jackson Pollock's work?
Right. Why? Yeah. And it's most of the time, it's not like someone else might be able to. A robot could definitely recreate it in a better way or exactly the same. So what is creating the value? And I guess I see tattooing living in that world because I don't think technique and being technically good is going to be enough anymore.
I'll tell you, I don't have much skin in the game too. If the robot succeeds or fails or any of that,
Yeah.
It's more like I have an opportunity to play with this new toy and this new tool in tattooing, and I'm the guy who does that.
Yeah.
It's like I've always been the guy who does that. I want to know about the new thing. I like the new toy, you know?
Yeah.
It's like I like technology, you know? So it's more like let's explore this tool.
Yeah.
Because that's what I see it as. I just see it as a tool. Now, unless you're tattooing with sticks and thorns and hand poking, we've all gotten value of the advancements in tattoo technology. We've all taken advantage of that for our own career. So this is an advancement in tattoo technology. I think as an artist, like, yeah, what am I going to try to avoid that? Or I'm just going to like, boo, it's a new tool that I don't have to hold in my hands that's more precise than I could be. Boo. Like, come on, man. Like, how about we find out? I want to push it to its limits. What's it suck at?
Yeah.
You know, what's it great at? If I know what it's great at, can I design for what it's great at to make something that I couldn't make otherwise? To give something to someone that I couldn't make otherwise that would be unique? Like, that's where I exist.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if it applies to this, but I do like to think about, when I think about AI and all the stuff and all the threats, and I do think it's threatening to a lot of people's jobs and industries, and it's scary. It's for sure a scary time because I think it's like faster than anything we've seen before. But I do try and think and consider like when Photoshop got introduced, like photographers all over the world were scared. They were like, this is going to ruin me, because it's like, what's the point now? You could just create it on the computer. But then you had people that were able to like use Photoshop to make amazing things, and it like opened the doors in other ways, or the calculator.
Yeah.
And people thinking like the calculator is going to ruin engineering and like it's going to ruin mathematicians.
Yeah,
and,
the car's going to ruin the horse, and the vacuum's going to ruin the broom, and
the car did ruin the horse.
Maybe it was for the good.
No, I'm just joking. But yeah, I do think like there's definitely like been things like this before where we've been scared, not sure what's going to happen, and people find a way to like use it to make whatever it gets introduced to better. I don't know if that's what's going to happen with AI, but I think I'm trying to be optimistic, and I see what you're saying, and I think that it's worth exploring because it's, like you said, it's a new tool. Like, let's see what happens here.
I would say the robot isn't as AI as it may seem.
Yeah.
It's measuring some calculations of darkness, or how dark to make a dot.
That's been around for years, right? Like, I mean, think about like making signs, like signage, or like printing on metal. It's like
it's a big printer.
It's a printer, right?
It's a big printer.
Yeah,
it's a real big printer.
Right.
But it's fun. It's cool.
Right. Interesting.
And no one who gets one goes, "I'd never do that again."
Really?
Oh, it's the opposite. Like, that
really?
was awesome. Yeah.
Wow.
That was awesome. It's also like easier to laser.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't like it, I can just zap it off. Like,
Crazy.
in like 2 sessions, it's just gone. It'll age less aggressively because it uses minimum particle load, where as we tattoo, we kind of go maximum particle load. We overdo it. We make lines, black lines specifically. there's this theory that like bold will hold.
Right.
Well, actually, like your bold trad tat is going to blur worse than our micro-realism tattoos. Newsflash, Jack. You've never seen a tattoo on a 60-year-old man that isn't a blurry blob piece of shit. And the reason is because tattoo inks are indiscriminate to particle size. They use industrial grade pigments, same as our printer or house paint, and they put it in a carrier fluid and we stick it in skin. Okay? Those particles that are under 200 nanometers in size are carried by our immune system to our lymph nodes, to our hair follicles. That's where the blur happens, right? So the blur. So the more ink you put in skin in that big, bold, thick, solid line, the more particles that are under 200 nanometers in size. So that spread, that bleed, happens way faster, way more aggressively on a big, bold line than it does a very thin, delicate, light line that isn't trying to maximize particle load. So, hot take, micro tattoos heal better and last longer than traditional tattoos.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've done all styles of tattoos. I've witnessed it.
Yeah.
Now, that said, if I do a big black bar around my arm, when I'm 100 years old, it'll still be a big black bar. If I do a little micro realistic tiger, it won't be, right? But now if we do that tiger traditionally and in micro-realism wins.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've always kind of wondered about that, why people are so sure that micro-realism is not going to last and not going to look good. And why, I mean, I see so many big, like you said, big, bold tattoos that look like shit 10 years later. You know, I don't understand. Speaking of, let me see this tattoo. You kind of were talking to me about this tattoo. That's over 10 years old?
This is 12 years old. And
that's your daughter?
And, you know, this is my daughter, yeah. At this time, the same things were said about photorealism. So if you've tattooed for 20 years, you'll know that what they say about, you know, micro tattoos now, they said the same thing about realism tattoos. Like Bob Tyrrell's portraits will never hold, you know, or Shane O'Neill's portraits or Tom Renshaw's animals will never hold. Like, it's not true.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, newsflash, they hold great.
Yeah.
Tattoos are tattoos, and tattoos, the skin does not discriminate based on the style.
Right.
It's really, did you do it in contrast? Did you do it well? Did you apply ink into skin consistently? Did you give it room to breathe and age? If the answer is yes to those, it doesn't matter what style you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's, I mean, a testament right there.
And, you know, the same thing goes for my finger tat, man.
Yeah.
This is like 2007.
Yeah.
2008, maybe. Like, no touch-ups ever. It's great.
Yeah.
Because it was made great.
Yeah.
So it's not going to discriminate.
Yeah. What's the future for you? Well, I mean, what's the future of tattooing, but what's the future for Bang Bang?
Personally or professionally? And no one's ever asked me that. That's interesting.
What's next? Like, you know, I mean, you've been on this journey to be a good tattoo artist, create a tattoo shop that stands out. You've built that. It exists. Are you going to keep growing? Is Bang Bang going to Los Angeles? Is Bang Bang going to South America?
I don't have a lot of interest in like how many stores can I open? Like, more money doesn't equal more happy. It certainly equals more work, more problems, more shit to do. But like, I've gotten everything that I like needed out of tattooing. Like,
Yeah.
I feel very fulfilled in tattooing. And so now it's like, you know, what do I want to do next is like, shit, I just want to be water. I just want to flow. Like, whatever that's going to lead me to. I want to try things. I want to fail at things. You know, I want to push the envelope on things. And I want to find out what I like outside of just making tattoos, right? So I did that for many years. So, yeah, personally.
What are some things?
I like to play basketball.
Yeah?
So I play basketball with friends. And I like to box, so I'll go do boxing.
Nice.
I love to travel. I love being a dad. I love being a friend. I love being a mentor. Yeah, I still love to make tattoos for people. I just can't do that every day.
What's a misconception people have about you? I mean, when you're saying these things, I'm like, that just, yeah, I relate to that. You know, I just want to be a dad. I just want to travel. I just want to,
Yeah.
like, what are some things when people think of Bang, that you're like, that's not me. That's something that people have created about me?
Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of narratives. So there's like people have a lot of opinions about me. I would say like opinions from someone that I've never met don't matter too much. So like you can never let like compliments go to your head. You can never let criticisms go to your heart. So like, yeah, I don't know that I give too much time and effort into thinking about what others think about me. It doesn't bring joy. It won't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't. Someone can't give or bring your peace, and no one can take it either. It's like I don't give you that power to give me my peace. I don't give you the power to take my peace. You know?
Yeah.
So like, that's me.
Yeah. You're just in your lane, and you're just
I'm just doing my thing,
not
baby
worried
boy.
about it.
I'm just doing my thing. Yeah, that's it. People in my life matter to me. And
Yeah.
people outside my life, like they don't have much to do with what I'm doing. I would love to meet them. I would say if someone has a preconceived opinion about me that wants to meet me, I would meet them. And I would debate anybody that has a strong opinion about me. There's a lot of videos on the internet about like I'm the worst. I'm the worst. I'm ruining tattoo and all this. I'll be happy to debate you on that point. And I think that I would. I think if we had a chance to have a conversation, I think those people may understand my perspective and why I do some of the things I do in work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a final thought. Have you had any mentors in your life, like in business?
So many.
And how important is that?
The most important.
Yeah?
Yeah. Especially like growing up without a dad present. Like I was raised by women, right? My mother was a teenage parent, like single mom. So like I've had to find great men to teach me how to become a great man. Like that matters. And then you're not born knowing how to like run a business. So like you need to ask. And no one's going to just volunteer info on you. So like you must be a great student. Whenever I teach someone tattooing, or I'm really only ever taught one person, but if I see someone who's learning, I tell them like you need to be a great student. Like your great teacher doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's like you have to be a great student. So like if you want to get great at things, like like eat your humble pie, put your ego aside and go, I don't know this. I want to learn this. How do I learn this? Who will teach me this?
Yeah.
And then be a great student. So a couple shout outs of people. Christian Carino is my agent. Christian would help me, with business when I didn't know how to start an LLC. I didn't know how to get a lawyer to do my contracts for my stores. Like I would call Christian. I didn't really understand what contracts were, but like an agent deals with contracts all the time and talented people all the time. So like I called Christian. He wasn't my agent at the time. I just knew him. And then Thierry Henry. Thierry is a ex-soccer player, bronze statue. Like one of the greatest athletes of all time. I never watched soccer. I don't give a shit. It was a client of mine. And kind of same thing, when I was trying to navigate starting a business, like who knows more about contracts than an athlete, right? Mm-hmm. So like thinking of myself as like a talent, how do I make the right move and not screw myself over here? So Thierry helped me, gave me his people and helped me always. Omar Johnson. Omar would always pick up the phone for me. Omar was the CMO of like Nike at that time, and then Beats by Dre. Helped take Beats by Dre, sell to Apple, those kinds of things. Wow. So marketing. And you make the right decisions and think of things differently that resonate and tell a story.
And you reached out to these people?
Yeah, or I had met them or met someone who met them, and sometimes I'd cold call them. Yeah. The next person I'm going to mention is Carl Lentz. So Carl probably is the greatest pastor to ever live, and Carl's worth of Google. I had met Carl once upon a time with like Justin Bieber, and when I was like, Carl, I want to work on my relationship with God. I don't really know how to do that. I never met anybody who knows, how to tell me how to do that. Carl showed, I was like, can we talk? He's like, I'll do you one better. I'll be right there. Carl came and talked to me. You'd be surprised that people who are great, confident, secure, if you ask them for help, you say like, you go to them with like your hand out, like, I really want to learn this from you. Like masters want to teach people who want to learn.
I found that like they're not ever annoyed or frustrated if you ask, you know? And I think that's like been something that I just assumed in my career. Like, I don't want to bother them. They're going to be like, oh, what, you know, annoyed or frustrated. And then I started learning that they did that to other people.
Yeah.
And that's to be expected. And now I start seeing other younger artists and I see how timid and like they just keep to themselves. And I'm like, dude, go ask. Like, there's like 5 artists in your shop alone that are like better than you at tattooing. Go look at them, ask them questions, like figure out the people that did it, like find the people that did it better than you, whatever it is, and like go ask them questions. And like, don't be afraid to be annoying.
And then when you're a master, do it for the next person.
Right. Exactly.
I'm going to give one more shout out. George Ruan. George is someone who's helped me navigate business and given me the confidence and courage to get outside my comfort zone, to start a company that I'd never start because maybe I thought like I didn't have the skill set to do things outside of tattooing. So, those are the guys I'm going to shout out.
That's great. I mean, I find that that's very valuable as well. It's hard to know and decipher like who you can trust and lean on and look to for advice. But I think like the more you put yourself out there and the more you just try and you know, learn from people who have done it before you, that's the golden ticket, right?
True story.
You know?
True story.
That's what I'm trying to do.
True story.
And that's why I love this. I love coming here. You bring me into your house. We talk. I get to walk away with some knowledge, some experience that you are passing to me. And there's so many people that I've learned from just even having a conversation with them, you know? So thank you for doing this with me, man. I appreciate it. It's been a pleasure.
Do it again sometime.
Let's do it again.
All right.
I'm going to come check out the shop too.
Let's fucking go.